All right. So you're a real estate broker in 2026, ready to take on the market, become the best agent that you possibly can, and maybe close two times, three times, or maybe even four times the number of transactions that you closed last year. My name is Jeffrey Christopher Corlon, and for the past 17 years, yes, ladies and gentlemen, 17 years, I've been helping people like yourself dominate in the space of real estate. For myself, my focus is working with sellers. And for you, maybe it could be investors, maybe it could be first time home buyers, maybe it's luxury, maybe it's commercial. Whatever it is, I do believe that it's important to understand the back to basics. And there's no better time to understand that than Q1. This is the opportunity to really work on your business. And a lot of times, what agents lack, and what I've noticed is that they do not have great foundation. And what do I mean by foundation? Is that we don't have systems. We lack in the space of systems when it comes to our database, when it comes to follow ups, when it comes to understanding what does it mean as far as not right now. What happens is the average buyer or realtor or seller, probably just like yourself, probably thinks that, hey, they're not ready to transact right now. Let me go work with someone that is. And guess what? We end up seeing them on Facebook. We end up seeing them on Instagram. We end up speaking to them. And we learn that 6 months, 3 months, or even 9 months later, they took action and you're beating yourself up. If that's you, comment in the chat. This has happened to me once before, Jeff. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? What I want to do is I want to assist you to ensure that that never happens again. And that's where the back to basics module comes into place. That's where the Q1 reset comes into place. That's where understanding that I have to spend a lot of time creating systems and foundation so that I can ensure that someone may be ready 0 to 3 months, someone may be ready 3 months to 6 months, or someone may be ready in 3 to 4 years. And guess what? I am going to create the blueprint, rather that's an investor, a seller, a realtor, or a buyer. I will create the blueprint to ensure that they stay at the forefront of what I have going on and that I don't lose that deal. So the next 15 minutes, I'm going to spend the time with you guys and understanding that conversations create contracts, systems create consistency, and discipline beats motivation. And what do I mean by discipline beats motivation? Is that a lot of times we get motivated about attending seminars, we get motivated about the new year, we get motivated about something new. But guess what? We're not disciplined enough to continue to do the stuff that is boring or mundane to get us to the finish line. And what does this mean? Maybe this is you right now. You're excited. It's 2026. And by the time that you've watched this video, it would have been January 6th of 2026. And you're saying, man, my goal this year is maybe to do 20 million. Maybe it's to do 15 transactions. Maybe it's to sell my first piece of commercial. Maybe it's to sell my first piece of luxury. And you're excited. But what happens to that excitement, ladies and gentlemen, come June, July, August, September? If we don't stay the course, if we don't keep the vision clear, what ends up happening is that we fall to the waistline. So, as myself, 72 transactions completed last year, over 22 million in closed volume. I do not run a team. I do not show property and I do not work with buyers. I am heavy in the space of listings. I am going to walk you through your next 12 months, your next real estate career on how to dominate in the space of listings. But guess what? Staying top of mind. So, remember these three things: system creates consistencies. Conversations do create transactions, and discipline will always beat motivation. So, what does it look like? It looks like your sphere of influence, understanding lead temperatures, understanding when to prospect, understanding your numbers and your systems. So, what does this mean? This means that, hey, Jeff, I want to close 15 transactions this year, but I want to create $250,000 of income. How do I put 15 transactions with $250,000 of income? understanding the formula of how to get to those numbers. How many people do I need to speak to? How many people do I need to convert? How many homes do I need to list? How many transactions do I need to close? These are the questions that you got to be asking yourself. So I highly recommend grab your pen, grab your paper, and it's time to put this into fifth gear. So prospecting is the number one platform that you're going to start off with when it comes to creating a foundation in the space of listings. How do you prospect? You prospect for expires, you prospect for sale by owners, you prospect other realtors, you prospect your database, you prospect your friends, you prospect your family, and you definitely prospect your past customers and clients. And how do you do this? You do this by understanding the lead temperature of what they're at. For myself, I love to use cold, hot, and warm. You may want to use green, red, and yellow. What does this mean? This means someone that falls into the green category, this is a person that's ready to transact in the next 1 to 2 weeks. Yes, they're ready to take action and maybe they're ready to possibly get their home decluttered, interview other agents. They're ready to put the property on the market, or maybe they're interviewing agents as we speak right now, but they know that they're going to be making a decision. Then you have your warm people. These are the people that have the thought of possibly selling, but they don't want to be rushed. They want to go ahead, they want to declutter at their pace, they want to go ahead and find another home, they want to see what all their options are going to be. They want to think about maybe refinancing, maybe taking out a line of equity, or maybe just seeing what happens in the market. And those are the people that are testing out the market. And then lastly, we have our cold people and maybe our yellow folks. These are the ladies and gentlemen that want to just say, not this year, but maybe later. Not this month, but maybe later. Not right now, but maybe later. These are the people that we put into our cold list. And what do we mean by that? These are the people that we're going to follow up with, let's say 3 to 6 months or every 30 days, depending on where they fall in. So, our hot people are people that we're going to follow up with once a week. Our warm people or our yellow people are people that we're going to follow up with, or we're going to follow up with every bi-weekly, every other week. And then our reds, these are our people that are just not ready to go just yet. These are the people that we're going to follow up with every 30 days. 30, 60, 90 days until we're able to move them to the yellow list, to the green list, and so on and so forth. Okay. But how do we do this? We do this by creating a powerful database. We do this by creating the text messages, the emails, the phone calls, the calendar reminders based on where these people are, where do they fall in. So if they are someone that's thinking about moving right away, this is a person that you want to go ahead and maybe provide to them the declutter list. If I was to sell my home, Mr. Seller, Mrs. Buyer, Mrs. Seller, Mrs. Buyer, this is what I would do. Okay. For that video, look at the video right here that I've dropped that gives you preparing your home to go on the market. Okay. These are the people that we're going to see if they need assistance with maybe boxes. These are the people that we may want to work on getting them pre-approved because they're going to be buying something else. These are the people that we want to stay in front of their face. And maybe what we can even do is get them to sign the agreement today. Then we have our warm people. These are the people that they want to maybe interview other agents. They want to do something in the next 30 to 60 days. These are the people that want to see what's out there as far as inventory goes. These are the people that want to see what is their next buying power is going to look like. These are the people that we want to go ahead and we want to excite. We want to build the momentum. We want to show them what's on the MLS, what's on the market. We may want to curate a book for them that we're going to be dropping off to their home. We may want to put them into our company's portal or our MLS portal that continues to automatically send them new listings. These are the people that we may be saying, hey, if you're selling your home at this price and you're thinking about purchasing a home at that price, then this is what you need to do as far as getting pre-approved. Okay. And then, as we know, we spoke about our cold folks, our red folks. These are the people that are just not ready to go. But guess what? We're going to continue to get them teasers. We're going to continue to excite them. We're going to continue to let them know that, hey, we're ready for all of their real estate needs as the time comes prepared. These are the people that we're going to continue to maybe send them comparables as far as what's happening in the area. These are the people that we're going to continue to check in with once again 30, 60, 90 days through phone call or through text message, and not really just letting them know, hey, I'm checking in. These are people that we're going to excite. So let's say, for example, 123 Main Street is the property that they reside in. But guess what? 234 Main Street just got sold. 234 May just got listed. 234 May just went under contract. This is the information that we're going to provide to them to let them know that activity is happening in their area. Then, ladies and gentlemen, we have our categories. Who are these category people we say? It's our friends, it's our families, it's our past clients, it's our community. They all go into the database. Friends go into there, family goes into there, past clients go into there, community, realtors go into there as well. What do you mean, Jeff, by community? What do I mean? I mean that community is maybe the people from your church, maybe the people from your gymnasium, maybe the people from your yoga, your Pilates, maybe your kids from the school drop off line. Anyone that may not fall into the other category are your community folks. Do your friends go into the database? Yes, they do. So for me, my friends are getting birthday text messages, home anniversary text messages from me. They're getting emails that are curated through our weekly newsletter. For us here, we do a weekly newsletter and we also do a monthly newsletter. Hit that subscribe button to stay tuned for the video on what does my monthly newsletter versus my weekly newsletter look like. And past clients. Yes, all of our past customers, rather they were rentals, they were sellers, they were buyers, they were relocation opportunities. These people go into the past client list. And then we create what's called our daily 5 and our daily 10. Commit. Commit today to speak to 5 people from the database each and every single day. And that's simply just calling and checking in, simply letting them know what you have exciting going on, simply just wishing them a happy New Year's and ensuring that their goals are met for this year. And in the daily 10, out of that database, picking the 10 people that you're going to text message. You're going to keep them top of mind. You're going to let them know that you're ready for any services that you can provide to them. And maybe it's not them directly, but maybe they're going to run into someone that needs to buy, that needs to sell, that needs to invest, that needs to relocate, and let them know that you're able to serve them. And maybe you're doing this through text messages. Maybe you're going to do this through banners. But these are the people that you're going to be hitting day in and day out. So, where do I start? You start with first identifying what is the best CRM for you. Maybe it's your company's one that's provided to you that's free, or maybe you're interviewing different ones that's out there. What I highly recommend is interview the one that best suits you and not the one that suits your friend. So many times we believe that because our friend is using a particular platform, we have to use it as well. No, that is not the way to go. I recommend that what you do is you interview the best platform that's going to give you the results that you need to be your best agent. So, when do I follow up? When do I follow up? We understand that speed plus consistency equals conversation. Understand that you got to create that system to stay in front of their face. Staying in front of someone's faces comes through text messages, comes through emails, comes through social media content. Maybe it comes through YouTube posts like what we're creating today. It comes through phone calls, note cards, emails, mailers. There's tons of ways to stay in front of people's face that you have to remember that when they're interviewing so many other agents, although they had a great dialogue with you, they remember everything that you said, they may not remember you. So, prospecting, prospecting, you have to commit today. You have to commit today that you're gonna dial 20 to 30 conversations. You're gonna create that opportunity where you say, I'm not leaving this seat until I get one listing. You're gonna commit to put it on your schedule that you're gonna call. For myself, I personally call between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning, and I go all the way between 11, 12, 1 o'clock sometimes. For you, you may be a midday person, and midday is probably the best time for you to call. Or maybe you may be an evening person, and the evening is the best time for you to call. But commit. Commit to call for 2 to 3 hours. New contacts in the database equals to new transactions every single time. Okay? So once again, expireds, FISBO, Sphere of Influence, old leads, realtors, vendors. Where do I get for sale by owners from? You get them from Zillow, or maybe you subscribe to a partnership. For myself, I use what's called Mojo. It's called Mojo Dialing System. For other people, there's the Vortex, there's the Vulcan 7, there's the Land Voice, there's the Red X. There's so many other companies out there that will give you these information. It'll give you the names, the phone numbers, it'll give you their mailing address, their email address, everything that you need to know. Calls plus conversations and appointments and contracts equal to closings. Okay? Build your system, track your number, block out the times that you need to do stuff. Yes, time blocking. This is what's going to get you to your success this 2026 year. Time blocking. What time am I going to prospect? What time am I going to do my note cards? What time am I going to show property? What time am I going to do return phone calls? What time am I going to check my emails? What time am I going to wake up? What time am I going to work out? What time am I going to go to lunch, dinner, breakfast? Block your time. This is what sets you apart from the last person. This is what sets you apart from the person you used to be. This is what sets you up from doing one transaction to doing 30 and 40 and 70 transactions and creating that powerful CRM that I know that's in you. I got this slogan for you guys. Do the boring work now, get the extraordinary results later on. If you found value to this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And send this video to a colleague of yours that you guys made the commitment to knock it out in 2026 and say, this is going to be the course to hold us accountable. Catch you guys next week for our next piece of Back to Basics Part 2. Chat with you soon.